The population of the country is about 750,000 people, so it's still a relatively small country. Most of the country is still rainforest, about 80% of the country. And Guyana is the only South American country where English is the official language.
One of I think the most interesting things of my childhood was, so I played soccer, and if you followed the women's national soccer team over the past decade or so, there was a striker named Abby Wambach. She was their star. She still actually holds the record for the most goals in an international games between men and women. I played against her in high school. She was a year younger than me. Our high schools would meet up and play during our divisional playoffs, and I have pictures of myself playing against her. Of course, she tended to wipe the field with me, but it was a lot of fun, and it was fun to watch her career progress and think oh, I played against her in high school. That was fun.
So one of the interesting things to talk about my country is the food. It is actually being cataloged as one of the best cuisines in the world now. Our food is amazing, not only because of the ingredients we have, which Peru has diversity on everything from land to sea. It's also the mix of cultures. We had a large immigration of Japanese, Chinese, English, Spanish people, and everybody brought a little bit to the cuisine. So you can find on a table in different parts of the country guinea pig, seafood, alpaca, and now they are doing different mixes with the old cuisine with the new ingredients. It's just incredible. If you have the opportunity, go and try it.
Sure. So probably most of us have seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Pretty funny movie to everybody, and I went and watched it with my wife and also my parents and my siblings. What we walked out of there thinking was it really wasn't a movie or a fictional story. It was a documentary. I have in my family a host of aunts and uncles and cousins, and believe it or not, half of them are named Nick, similar to me. So the way we distinguish between the Nicks is we have a special name for each Nick. So we have Fat Nick, Bald Nick, Big Nick, Little Nick, and then just Nick, which I think I'm just Nick, although they might put an adjective in front of that like a-hole Nick, but I'm not quite sure. But that movie, how funny it might be for some people to watch and laugh about these different traditions like Windex, roasting the lamb, that's what we did growing up. That's all we knew. So when we watch that, it's funny, but it's also kind of how I grew up, and now how my kids are kind of growing up.
Sure. Some fun facts about Pakistan that a lot of people won't know is that out of the top 25 mountains in the world, half of them are in Pakistan or shared with Pakistan. Second being that the highest paved road in the world, the Karakoram Highway, connects Pakistan and China, and at its highest point, it's about 15,000 feet. And last point being that more than half of the world's hand-sewn soccer balls are produced in Pakistan.
It's always fun in the Philippines, as what Filipinos back home would say. The Philippines is composed of actually 7,107 islands during low tide. During high tide, it's 7,100 islands because there are smaller islands that get covered by the water when it's high tide.